Okay, so we want to welcome folks who are here and folks who will perhaps view this at a later time. My name is Paul Downie. I'm the Executive Director of the Community Arts Center here in Wallingford, and I'm here today talking with Vaughnda Hilton. Vaughnda is the founder and director of Native Nations Dance Theater, and they will be presenting an Indigenous Peoples Day event here this coming Saturday, October 8th from 12 to 5. So Vaughnda's kind enough to join me for a few minutes here to talk a little bit about her background and the event and what people can expect. So welcome, Vaughnda. Thank you for joining me for this conversation today.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having Native Nations Dance Theater join you at the Community Arts Center in Wallingford. We're really happy and excited to be there this Saturday.
Awesome. It's our pleasure and honor. I wonder, Vaughnda, if you and I know each other a little bit, so I know some of this stuff, but we want to share it.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background, what your connection is to Native American cultures and performing arts, and what led you to create the dance theater?
Sure. Yeah. I've been involved in Native American activities here in Philadelphia since I was a teenager. I was a member of United American Indians of the Delaware Valley a while back. The center is now closed. So the dance company grew out of a need for the community to continue with the culture and keeping the songs and the dances alive in our area. And so that's one. And two, when my son was in the first grade, his teacher asked if we would come in and do a presentation. And I said, absolutely, sure. And she said, if you could just kind of briefly, give a history about, Native people, who you are, and what you're going to present in the classroom. And so I said, absolutely. So I went in there and I did the first presentation was at Powell Elementary School. My son was in first grade. And that was the beginnings of the formations of Native Nations Dance Theater back in 1991 was when it was incorporated. So that was kind of like how we got started. The company grew because other members of the family were interested and wanted to keep going with the songs and the dances and presenting. And one thing led to another. We were presenting in schools all over the Philadelphia area, and then the nation, and then internationally. So
Wow.
it grew from one thing to the next to the next. So, and we're here today, and we're happy to still be doing what we've been doing for a very long time. So that's kind of the beginnings of how we got started with forming the dance company. And we also invite other members of the community, different tribal members, even of other communities, to come in and dance with us when we go on tour and when we do presentations in schools. So
Wow, 1991. Well, that goes back quite a few years then.
yeah,
Um,
a while, yes.
do you Does anything stand out to you as an interesting memory in all those travels? I mean, as you ended up going, as you said,
Wow.
internationally, and any particular one or two anecdotes to share of unique or maybe odd or honorable,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. There's one that really stands out in particular. We were on our way to Abu Dhabi
Okay.
to spend 56 days there on tour, sharing our culture. Um, and we get to the airport, and all of our luggage is overweight. All 10 people luggage was overweight. So we were in the airport trying to repack, and even up to buying other suitcases to try to get it to the right weight. So we managed. We actually missed our boarding call, and the person said, "Well, you're going to have to reschedule." Um, to fly out on a different day. So, well, we're under contract. So we had to be there on a specific day. So 2 of us managed to get our luggage to the right weight. We fly into Abu Dhabi. The other 8 had to go back and fly out under the direction of my son 2 days later.
Wow.
And so they, they took the weight scale home and everything. They took the scale and they said, okay, we have to make sure that that no luggage is over 40 pounds. So they did that. We all got there. We managed to do the entire tour of 56 days in Abu Dhabi, sharing our culture, our history and stories and everything over there. We met a lot of interesting people. We were sent over there through the tourism authority in Abu Dhabi through Red Philo, which is an entertainment company in Indonesia.
Okay. Wow.
So that was one that really stands out in my mind.
Yeah. Long too,
Yeah.
56 days. I mean, you must have
Yeah,
gone.
that was a long tour, 56 days. Yeah, long time. So we had a lot of good times there. Yeah, in Abu Dhabi, and we also went to Oman as well while we
Okay.
were over there. Yeah,
Oh, that's wonderful.
yeah. So it was a good time.
I'm glad you all made it eventually.
Yeah, met
Sometimes
a
you
lot of
gotta.
interesting people. The royal family over there, the ambassador to the United States came to our presentations, and so yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Great. Oh, that's awesome. Um, so just maybe pulling our lens out for a minute to think about this day, Indigenous Peoples Day. I feel like perhaps in a recent couple years, it's something that's had a little bit increasing visibility and like mainstream awareness. You're starting to see more events around it, people talking about it more. But I know it goes back a number of years, and I wonder if you could share a little bit about the day, its importance, how you see it, or anything you want to share about the history of it.
Sure. Indigenous Day in our area was kind of started by my mother, Pauline Songbird, and Pocahontas, Barbara Pocahontas Allen. They're 2 elders in our community here, both from the Seminole Creek Nations, and they decided that they wanted to throw an event. It was in the fall. They decided they wanted to throw an event. And so the first Indigenous Day they had at Sister Claire Muhammad Park, they called it Native American Indigenous Celebration, or Native American Heritage Day. I'm sorry, they called it Native American Heritage Day. And that was 12 years ago. Was the beginnings of the Indigenous Day programs here in Philadelphia. There have been other programs and other organizations to also host and hold their own Indigenous Day programs. And Indigenous Day is about celebrating Indigenous cultures, central to North America and South America. For right now, we know that there are other cultures that consider themselves to be indigenous, because when you say indigenous, you're referring to a landmass, you are referring to a place that you belong to, or you're referring to a particular place and land area. So being that we're native to this land, it has been important for us to have these ceremonies and to have these celebrations to just inform people that, we are still here. We've been here, and we just wanted to share a little bit more of our culture coming from North and South America, because our powwows tend to focus on North American culture. But the Indigenous Day programs are really, they widen out and they incorporate and they include other cultures as well that are not indigenous to North America. So that's one of the reasons why we want to continue to have these programs, because they're very important to Native people and to other people, so that they can learn about various cultures. Yeah.
And a history of the history of the peoples of this land that we all share here in 2022. I guess it's important for us all to understand.
Right.
Would you be comfortable, Vaughnda, sharing your personal heritage with regard to
Sure,
Native Nation?
sure, sure. I'm Blackfeet, Seminole, and Creek. The Blackfeet people from Montana. My father is of that nation. He's descended of that nation. Um, and my heritage also goes up into Canada, crosses the border there quite a bit. And my mother's people are Seminole Creek from Florida.
Okay.
Um, so they met in college, and here I am.
Was that in Philadelphia where they met,
So
or?
they met at Florida A&M.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
We're lucky you ended up in Philadelphia. We're grateful for that.
thank you.
Um, I wonder if we could just sort of end by talking about if folks join us on Saturday, what they can expect to experience, what kinds of things are going to be happening at the event here on Saturday.
Sure, we're going to be sharing culture, stories, songs, dances. We're going to have native food. We're going to have chili. We're going to provide corn chowder, fry bread, which is one of our favorite foods to have at powwows and at special events. I'm going to be cooking quite a bit Friday night and preparing everything. So yeah, so that's some of the food we're gonna have. We're also gonna have Joy Tompahot. She's gonna join us as one of our vendors. She is a bead worker, and she's during our speakers section, she's going to share with us her experiences as a bead worker. She does loom work. So she's going to be there with some of her crafts and speaking to the people about, what she does. And she's also going to be, her family is also going to join us for the event. So we're going to have a good time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There'll be performances of
Performances,
dance.
dancing, drumming, all different types of native dances. Yes, we're going to do all of the different dances, like the traditional dances, the jingle dress, fancy dance, the grass dance. We're going to incorporate the audience with us. If people come out, they're going to get to do the round dance with us and some of the other social dances like the smoke dance. You're gonna see the chicken dance from Montana. You're gonna see a lot of different native dances. So we're coming at you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll close just by saying thank you so much to Vaughnda, and we look forward to seeing you and the rest of the folks who'll be with you on Saturday. For those tuning in and checking this out, the event happens this Saturday, October 8th, from 12 noon to 5 p.m. It's totally family friendly. All ages are welcome. We anticipate being outside, and the weather's looking pretty promising right now.
Good.
So I think that we will be able to do that. We do have, before we sign off, we have someone who has tuned in who I believe has a question. So I'm going to turn that over to, I'm going to let Donna ask her question, Vaughnda, if that's all right.
Sure.
Donna, are you there?
Yes, hi. I just wanted to know whether you will be demonstrating, you mentioned that someone would be talking about the beading and things like that. Will anybody be demonstrating either basket weaving or the beading that you do?
She's going to be, yes, Joy Tompahot's going to have samples of beadwork there. And she usually, when she goes out to powwows and events, I've seen her at some of the events at her vending table, and sometimes she's beading there as well. So I'm hoping that she will be able to share some of her beading techniques with us.
Great.
I look forward to that. When I was in Canada, I met a woman who took me to one of the native, I forget which she was, I forget now, but she took me to a store, and because I wanted to learn how to do beading, and so I brought a bunch of stuff home, and then I never did anything with it because there was nobody to show me what to do. So
Oh, wow.
I was kind of curious about that, whether anybody would be demonstrating.
Yeah,
It's not something you could just find instruction all everywhere on. I suppose.
exactly, right, right.
Yeah. I did end up, I get a letter from, the people out in Arizona because I was asking a question, but it's more health related, for Native people than, things like the craft. 'Cause I was wondering if there were any workshops that I could do on, Zoom or something like that. And so, but I do get a lot of information that I'm enjoying doing too, so, yeah.
Well, that's hopefully that's something we could ask her on Saturday. You know, if she has any suggestions for us. The woman
Yeah,
who-
she probably will. Yes, I'm sure.
Well, Donna, I hope you can join us Saturday if you're in the area.
Yes, I'll be there.
And we thank you for joining us today. Vaughnda, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you here at the Community Arts Center on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be there.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.